Hi Libra, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for June. I hope you're well. I am going to take a second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every single Libra out there. So guys, take what resonates for you. Just leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So get in where you fit in. And as always, Libra, please don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Libra? Libra. Libra. All right, Libra, you are starting out with the Seven of Pentacles. You have the Five of Wands in the reverse. And coming out together, we have the Seven of Swords along with the Sun in reverse. Ouch. All right, so somebody that you invested in was possibly being deceptive, or perhaps you are. Either you don't trust this person because you've discovered, and that's what it looks like, you've discovered deception, or you were discovered doing something deceptive. So I feel like it caused a lot of conflict here, and I feel like, you know, somebody wasn't fighting fair. I feel like somebody was fighting to win at all costs. They didn't care who got hurt in the process. So honestly, I don't feel like this is your energy, Libra. I feel like you feel kind of defeated in this. You found some things out about somebody that just basically it caused a big fight, and I feel like they weren't fighting fair. I feel like you don't trust this person any longer because of what was discovered, but I feel like there's more to be discovered here with this, because the Sun is still in the reverse. You're avoiding this person. I can see that. This is somebody that I think that you've invested a lot of time and energy in. So there's still some deception here, or maybe that's your fear that there's still some deception that's coming up. I definitely feel like you're avoiding this person currently. Let me see who's in your energy, Libra. Show me who is in Libra's energy. Yeah, this person has secrets. The High Priestess could be dealing with a Scorpio. All right, we have the Devil. Could be a Capricorn. All right, Ten of Swords in the reverse and the High Priestess. So I definitely feel like there was a very difficult, very ugly conflict between you and this person. I feel like this is somebody who is actually toxic. They're kind of wrapped up in something, Libra, that just almost has them, like, how do I word this? It's like I can see it so clearly, but it's hard to put into words. This person you're dealing with is mesmerized by something, and it's something very toxic. Yeah, it's almost like somebody has spun an illusion around this person that is so thick that they can't see past it. I do see that there's been an ending between the two of you. It was very painful for this person, or they know that they caused a lot of pain to you. Either way, they want to bring this back together. I feel like intuitively they feel that this can be healed, but I still see them in a toxic energy. It's like something has captivated them, and they can't see past an illusion. And they are still keeping secrets, just so you're aware. They may be approaching you to try to fix the problem between the two of you. I do feel like you would like to resolve any conflict that has been here between the both of you. But at the same time, I'd be very careful because of this toxic energy and all these secrets. So let me see. There was a betrayal involved in this. But there's still secrets, and that's what it is, that you feel that there's still things you don't know, and you're correct. Two of Wands. Somebody's making plans. I feel like this person is making plans to possibly come in your direction. So what's between you is, oof, that was weird. I heard currently worlds apart. Yeah, currently worlds apart. You invested a lot into this person, though. And I feel like you've been very patient with them. So you're both at a crossroads here. There's a need to make a decision. Let me see what's affecting this connection. What's affecting this connection between Libra and this person? Oof. Judgment. Yeah, it's a judgment call for you, Libra. And this person is wanting to reconcile, but they betrayed you in the past. So you have to make a judgment call. You have a very strong connection with spirit, is what I'm seeing. But there's also this, it seems like things are moving very slowly with regard to this connection. And that's what Spirit's telling you. This is, whatever this is moving very, very slowly. All right, let me see. It could be a reconciliation that's moving so slowly. Show me the outcome at the end of the week between Libra and this person. Because Libra, I can tell you don't trust this person, and I can see that you have reason not to. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. Huh. Okay, well, we're going to have to clarify to see how we're getting there. Because I can see clearly this person is still carrying secrets. They're carrying toxic energy. There was a betrayal here, and now I feel like this person wants to make amends. And maybe that's going to make you happy, because I do feel like you've been very patient with this person. In some manner, you have a lot invested. I feel like whatever the deception was that they had in the past, I feel like it made you extremely unhappy. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see how this is going. But I do also feel like there's still secrets. There's still deception that you don't even see. So be careful. That's all I'm going to say on that. Bottom of the deck is the 8 of Cups in the reverse. Whoever walked away in this connection, and I feel like it was the person in your energy, Libra, they're coming back in. There's still an emotional attachment. There's been an ending. It was painful, but there's still an emotional attachment in this connection. So let's clarify. Spirit, why is the 7 of Pentacles here for Libra? Yeah, this person caused a tower moment in your life. Queen of Cups, you love them. And the Tower. This whole thing was shaken down to the very core because it was not built on a stable foundation. It's a love connection. You definitely love this person. You invested in them, but I feel like it wasn't built on a stable foundation. I'm also feeling like you are very intuitive this week, Libra, and I feel like with regard to love, you're not going to, you have these boundaries up. You're not going to just open your heart up to anybody any longer. So let's see why the 5 of Wands is in reverse. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that, Libra. All right, let's try that again. Why is the 5 of Wands in reverse for Libra? 5 of Pentacles reversed and Temperance in reverse. Yeah, you want to resolve the conflict. I feel like a lot of you have felt a deep loss in this connection. There was a feeling of abandonment, rejection, but I feel like you would like to reconcile with this person. I do. I feel like you would like to, but only if they come in to balance this out. I'm also feeling like, you know, that could move very slowly because healing is still required. I also see that you're still healing. I see that if this person brought in any, you know, put you in competition with someone else, I feel like you're not going to be okay with that. But if you, because you do love this person, if you could reconcile, I feel like you would, but you want the healed version of them. which makes sense. Okay, so let's see this bottom energy. Because I'm not going to lie, Libra, this one is concerning. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune reverse, 3 of Coins in the reverse, and the Emperor in the reverse. All right, so there's some stuck energy here, and it has to do with deception that you don't even see. Yeah, so I feel like the person you're dealing with is kind of out of control. This is somebody who's not faithful. This is somebody who is very controlling in their behavior. There's some narcissistic qualities here. There's definitely deception here. And I also feel like you don't see it. And I feel like a lot of you don't see this person accurately. Like I know you don't trust them, but I also feel like the ending of this relationship, this foundation between you and this person, I feel like it made you so unhappy, and you've been stuck in that unhappiness for quite some time. And I feel like that causes you to kind of put the rose-colored glasses on with regard to this person. Yeah, because this person has some rather poor traits. They're controlling, they're manipulative. This person is not cooperative, especially with trying to move things into a better area. And they definitely have some deceptive behaviors. And it's like you sense this, but because you've felt very unhappy about this ending, and it looks like you've been unhappy a while, you put rose-colored glasses on with this person. Let me see their energy. Why is the Devil here? Why is the Devil here for the person in Libra's energy? Ace of Wands, Page of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, so this person doesn't want you involved with anyone else. They may have had somebody in their energy here, and if so, it was a highly sexual connection. It was extremely toxic, and it has ended. Yeah, I definitely feel like this person is extremely sexual. And in a toxic manner, if I'm being completely honest. This is also somebody that is a poor communicator. And when they don't get what they want, they kind of have tantrums. They throw a tantrum. They're immature, very immature. But they see most things, well, I can't say most things. They see this relationship from a very sexual standpoint, whereas you view it, Libra, from a love standpoint. Let me see why the Ten of Swords is in reverse. But I do feel like you're kind of putting up boundaries here, and your intuition is telling you that, you know, you have to be very careful who you give your heart to. Yeah, they're manipulative. So they're going to come in, Libra, to try to repair things, but they're manipulating the situation here. Five of Swords is in the reverse. That tells me that they're kind of waiting for the right time to try to repair this, but there's manipulation in that, because I feel like they want you to feel defeated somehow. They want you to want them. They want you to feel defeated in order to repair things with you, and it's a manipulative tactic here. And it's almost like they're saying it's very spoiled. It's like if Libra doesn't behave in the way I want them to, then, you know, then I'm not gonna let this go. I'm not gonna resolve this. We're not gonna rebuild this. It's a very controlling energy. Why is the High Priestess here? You could be dealing with a Gemini. Don't have to be. Yeah, here it is. 8 of Cups in the reverse. So they're coming back in. But I will tell you, Libra, the two of you are not on the same page. This person's coming back in, but they're coming in with secrets, and they're coming in with passion, but without the feeling and emotion behind it. So I feel like this is somebody who they're very controlling in their energy. They do love you, but they don't want to express that. So when they do come back in, they're keeping their feelings and emotions secret. It's a bizarre energy. It's a very controlling energy. And the outcome of that, it's like you're happy to see this person coming back in, because let me tell you something, Libra, this person knows that you are the happiness in their life. They know that. They know that they could have like almost a picture perfect relationship, a fantasy connection. So you bring a lot of happiness into their life, but they don't want you to know that. And the reason they don't want you to know that is because then you're not as easy to manipulate. So I just feel that this person is coming back in. They're probably not the nicest character, and you should just know that. Let's look at the energy between Libra and this person. Why is this Two of Wands here? They may also be afraid that you have begun another connection, that you're seeing someone else. 10 of Wands, Knight of Cups. So this person had another love interest at one point. That has ended. I will tell you as well that they're at a crossroads, as are you. So I feel like you're overwhelmed right now. You feel like you've invested a lot in this person. You want them to choose you, and they're going to. But Libra, they have a whole host of things. Love with this person is toxic, and they've really kind of been holding back because I feel that they wanted you to come to them. They wanted you to approach them. They wanted you to feel defeated and to come to them. And I feel like you've kind of stood your ground. You do know what it is you want. You're having a difficult time getting there. This person caused a lot of problems in your life, Libra. You were investing and investing, and this person was just delving into toxic behaviors. So let's see, but I do see them coming towards you. Why is Judgment here? It's been very slow in coming. Yeah, 2 of Swords and the 9 of Pentacles. So this person is very independent. They do like to be single. So part of the reason that they have been playing all these games is because they like being single. They want to be with you, but they also want to be single. I do feel like this is somebody who may have recently gone through some sort of an ending. If there was a third party, they may have recently become single, and now they're going to want to reconcile with you because they feel like that resolves the problems. However, it doesn't resolve all the problems. It doesn't resolve the problem of the toxic behavior or the secrets. So I do feel like this is somebody who is working on their money. They may have come into some money that may have been moving very slow. But I do feel like they're showing up here as being very independent. And in your energy, you're showing up as being at a crossroads yet again. There's still some unhealed aspects for you in this. And I also feel like neither of you want to fight with each other, but I feel like you may be having a difficult time following your intuition with regard to this person. And that's why there's messages from Spirit that are traveling slow. It's because you're not listening, Libra. And it's because you love this person. I do feel like you will listen. You're at a crossroads. You haven't made a decision. And I do feel like you kind of go back and forth in your mind whether or not you want to be with this person or not. I do feel like you are not going to want to be with them if they're not single and independent here. So show me why the 10 of Cups is here. All right. All right, so we have the Eight of Coins reversed. We have the Page of Cups reversed. And we have the Queen of Swords. All right, so in your outcome, Libra, I feel like you're going to be happy to hear from this person. I feel like you have been happy with this person in the past. You would like to hear from them. You do want them to come towards you with a reconciliation. However, I definitely don't feel like you're going to be the one to put the work into it. I feel like you're not going to put any effort into it because you're sensing here that there is still some deception. And so I feel like you kind of grind to a halt. Like you're happy to hear from them. You know, you're going back and forth. Would you or would you not get back together with this person? And I do feel like, ultimately you're not going to put effort into it because you're sensing that there's still some kind of, you know, deception that's here. And you don't want to deal with that. You feel like there's details this person is leaving out. They're not being completely honest with you. Now, in their energy, I do see that they're highly focused on you. You could also be dealing with a Gemini, another Libra, or an Aquarius, but this person is highly focused on you. They're wondering, you know, is Libra open to talking? Will Libra talk to me? They know that your boundaries are up, and I do feel like they're afraid that you're going to cut through to the truth of the matter and discover their secrets. So I do see them coming back in. I don't see them coming in with an apology, though. I just see, and keep in mind that there was somebody new, maybe even more than one person, that didn't work out, that they were messing around with. So, you know, and they know that's why your boundaries are high. They know that, you know, if they speak out of turn or they say something that is, you know, inappropriate, that you're going to be done with it. They're also hoping that you are not involved with somebody else. And on that note, there is somebody that you probably will not meet them this week, but there is somebody new, a love interest that is coming into your life that is going to catch your eye. And that could actually lead to a lot of happiness. So there's somebody new that likely next week, more so than this week, is going to be coming in to your energy other than this person. So, and that's their nightmare, actually. So bottom of the deck is the Six of Swords. And that does indicate to me that this person's coming in. They want to bring peace to the situation. But I feel like you're going to be moving on. I feel like you want to move towards something that is less chaotic here. And, you know, even through your rose-colored glasses, you're like, oh, this smells like heartbreak and deception. So, all right, I'm going to pull a oracle card. Pulling for the sign of Libra. Libra. All right, so you have number 18, and it's called The Red Rose. It's about overcoming obstacles, finding joy, and being carefree. It says, don't worry, darling, you'll find your way. So let's read that. Give me just a second. All right, so your affirmation is, I freely flow and find my path. I nurture my joy. An ally and guide, the red rose represents a being that blooms even in impossible situations. This particular rose grew from the concrete of the sidewalk. Nature always finds a way. She has an all-seeing eye at the center of her petals. She has used her insights and magic to overcome all odds and obstacles in her way, even when others didn't believe it was possible. Her spirit is surprisingly lighthearted, playful, and colorful for such a resilient and spiritually connected being who chooses to be stubborn and still seek joy, magic, and meaning despite circumstances. This results in her ability to continue growing and even uplift and inspire others as they try to do the same. There is a carefree and fluid energy behind this card. The card and guide invites you to stop being so serious, to trust that you will make it through whatever it is that you need to. And as you have in the past, you are not permanently stuck. So lighten up. Relax the worry, overthinking, and doubt. It isn't helping you or anybody. It only blocks what you want or where you're trying to get to. If you've pulled the red rose, it could also mean that a mentor or guide will come into your life with a teaching to help you overcome an obstacle. Or a person who is already in your life could greatly assist you at this time. Is there someone who always seems to stay joyful and light? Observe and learn from these people. The most enlightened teachers on the planet are those who always seem to be giggling. The Buddhas of the world. Learn from them how they are, not just what they say. All right. I hope that this has been helpful, Libra. If you've resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you in your next reading, namaste.